Chords in the chord diagram. A chord is sounded when 3 or more strings are played at the same time. Your first two chords will be the C and G7 chords. Begin by looking at the chord diagram below to understand how these chords will be played. An O shown above a string indicates that the string should be played open or without a finger on the string. An X indicates that the string should not be played. Memorize the parts of the chord diagram, including string numbers and letter names. These are the names of the strings. The thinnest string is called E. The second string is called B. The third string is called G. The fourth string is D. The fifth string is A. And the thickest string is E as well, the low sounding E. Numerically, they are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, from the thinnest to the thickest string. Standard guitars only have 6 strings. Bass guitars only have 4 strings. And there are guitars with 7 strings, 8 strings, 10 or 12 strings. In the future, you might want to buy those kinds of guitars. Page 5. Study the photos and diagrams below to begin playing chords. Depress the string indicated with the tip of your first finger. Arch your finger to avoid touching strings that are to be played open. With your right hand holding the pick over the sound hole, strum across strings 3 through 1 in a downward motion. Or you may strum the strings with your thumb. The full version of the C and G7 chords can be found on pages 23 and 25, respectively. Strum Builder 1. When the chords are used as accompaniment to singing, they must be strummed with a steady, even stroke. Practice the following exercises by strumming once for each slash mark and changing chords when indicated above the slashes. Repeat the pattern several times while focusing on playing clear and evenly spaced chords. Exercise number 1, a perfect pair, using the C chord and the G7 chord. Simple or beginner versions. You strum 8 times per chord, like this. You may play it slowly, you may play it a little faster, and you have to play it many times, 10 times, 20 times, 50, 100 times, until you feel very comfortable doing that first exercise. Now, you may also use intermediate versions of those two chords. This is the intermediate C, and this is the intermediate G7, like this. At first, it's going to be tricky, but with constant practice, and if you keep playing it, you will get used to it, and it will get easier and easier each time. Exercise number 2, rolling along. We will still use both chords C and G7, but this time 4 strums only per chord. Let's use the simple versions for now. It is important to keep a steady beat. If you have a metronome, you might want to use it. This time, let's try again using the intermediate versions of the chords C and G7. 1, 2, 3, and go. The tricky part is in the switching from one chord to another, because this time you are using 3 fingers already. But again, as you keep practicing this every day, 2 to 3 times a week, it will get easier and easier for you to do this kind of chord progression.